Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Tuesday the 9th of September. Lots of stuff BF happening in the market from yesterday over to today. We have a lot of stuff to go through. We've got a lot of closes, we've got a lot of good price action. But we will just start off with the long to short ratio, which is coming down quite heavily. This is really good to see. It's really, really good. 56.4% long, which is a lot lower than we've been recently. It was recently 65%, so we are seeing a lot of shorts re-enter the market. On the MDX Algo charting, we're seeing longs on the day come back up to 56%, shorts come back up to 43-ish, so this is good. I think this trend is going to continue as we are looking like we're uptrending and slightly trying to break out. Might see a little bit of volatility over today, tomorrow, and Thursday with all the data that is coming out. But in general, the price action looks good. Longs are coming back down, shorts coming back in. It's all looking dandy. Good and dandy. In terms of liquidity, yeah, we got a little bit of a hot pocket just above us at 114.6. To be honest, this liquidity goes all the way up to like 116, 117, where we do have a little bit of a gap, and then again it comes back again at like 119, 118, 119. To the downside, we've just got some stuff below us now at 108.9, so around the lows that we put in, pretty much the lows. Let me just go on the 2 week just so we can see a little bit better. Yep, that's a big pocket. Actually slightly below that at 107 as well. So the three lows that we put in over the end of August and start of September, there's a lot of obviously long liquidity below that. To the upside, we've got short liquidity, which could take us all the way back up to 117.5 and potentially even higher. So yeah, looking pretty decent. Kiyotaka got a really nice retest of the lows here. Well, it's pretty much the highs from here and the lows there. This is also the volume area, 111.1-ish, and you got 110.7 down there as well. So holding structure, going higher, looks good. Can't really complain about it at the moment. And I don't really want to mess too much around with the data today because there's so many good things happening on the charts. So let's get started with the old charts. Let me share my... Everyone can see that? Hello. How's it going, Sasha? And yeah, we'll just do a quick rundown of the general market, and then again, we'll just look at alts today because there's a lot of things happening on altcoins. There's a lot of different good closes that are happening, a lot of different good dailies that we need to see as well, and then potential bidding areas as well. So Bitcoin, very simply, if anyone caught this Stuber that I set out on, I think it was Friday that I talked about this, then you're up a decent amount. Potentially just hit one or two TPs, and you'll probably just stop at break even, and you can let this go higher, maybe towards 116. I do think that is the direction of travel. That is a sneaky close above previous high, which is good. Still yet to get the daily, so let me just take this off now because that trade is played out. Still yet to get the daily above 112.5, which would be a daily trend change. Oh, why do I not have... Hold on. AI charting tools. Oops. Put that back on. Still yet to get the daily above 112.5, but it looks like we're going to get it quite soon. We've also got the bullish backtest of the weekly open on this daily candle as well. It looks really good so far. Very good. This is looking extremely good. So yeah, I think it's got a good chance to go all the way back up to 119, 120. Obviously, 1 August is going to be the first level that we're going to look at on the daily time frame, and then yeah, we'll see what happens when we get back up there. But that's what it's looking like, and it's looking good. I did say that I wanted to see how alts would react in this little if we started to make some like higher highs and higher lows, and we're seeing the rotation come in very nicely, which is extremely good for a potential Altseason. So even if we do something like this for a while, we just like slowly step ladder up, we'll just grind a little bit into here. we're going to see a nice rotation in altcoins, and then potentially, you know, we might see something like that back down to the lows, but who knows as of right now. I still do think that we are going to tag lower, and by lower I mean the whole weekly low structure in here at some point. Of course, if we get back up to like 120, 119 and the market is heavily short, then there's potential to obviously step ladder higher into a new all-time high. But yeah, it's just looking good, and we're interested in the rotation as of right now. Bitcoin DOM still going down. ETH Bitcoin slightly up on the day. It's kind of just doing nothing, which is fine. ETH is also going completely sideways on support, which is also completely fine as well. We don't want to lose this low that we put in on Saturday at around 425. But in general, it looks very good, and you can't really knock it. So yeah, Solana made a new high, which is really nice. Didn't quite get that buy zone that we were talking about, but again, looks like it's arcing up into February. Daily has some room to run. We are obviously getting overbought on the 4 hour, but it doesn't really mean anything until we get a little bit of a breakdown. Potential for a tiny bit of a pullback here. I mean, hold the daily open, you're going to go higher. If not, you're going to come back down to the weekly and retest it in between weekly and September. Any test in there is basically just a bullish back test to go higher, is what you're looking at on Sol. Good structure, really nice. Really nice, love it. Looks really good. Again, reiterate, once we get up to this area, I'm going to sell a decent amount of my spot bag on Solana, just to take some profit, man. Get some cash. You know, you got to stay a little bit liquid sometimes, and I feel like Sol is one thing that I accumulated a decent amount down here, and I'm just ready to just flog it, even if it doesn't, even if it's not the craziest ROI. So, Popcat 4 hour, we've made a new high, which is good. We've come all the way up and tested this next resistance. So it doesn't look like we're going to get any wicks below 0.225, which is what I was hoping for. The daily, the daily's right on the level to gain to potentially change the structure. It's looking good. I do think we could have some retests in September and the weekly open on the daily time frame, just because they are untested levels, and we are getting close to the EMA, which is sitting around March and this high. So potential for a little bit of a pullback here. Nothing crazy, but again, because we made a new high, you can obviously, there's going to be many stubers like this, and I would probably aim for something like the 786. And if there's a bit of a resistance zone, the 618 comes in around the weekly open as well, which is also untested. So you could actually probably just do it from the local one if that were to stop there. And then you have this structure basically from in here where we did the higher low gain of that, which you could potentially bid if it does do something like that. Good, very nice. Again, this might just do a really bullish retest of this area, so September, maybe wick down into the weekly open and then keep going. But yeah, I'm going to try to get long on this somewhere in there, but I'm going to try and get some decent order bids in. Doge pumped off, made a new 4 hour high from here. This is a sneaky close. Well, it's not sneaky, but this is a close above. This is good. Whoops, what's going on here? Trading view is a bit buggy recently. I'm not really sure. Couple sneaky closes above. This 4 hour candle could fail the daily open. It's looking slightly a little bit toppy that it could have a little bit of a pullback on the 4 hour, just due to this overbought signal. We got 2 wicks into the band. We got the daily open right here as well. We got resistance also. It could just be a possible area where we could, you know, bear back test, retest weekly open, retest this little swing here. Also, this could be a decent little long trade if it does come back and retest levels. But again, looking really good. Also could break out. Again, I've been talking about the daily and weekly chart on Doge for a while, when it was all the way down here, and yeah, we're starting to get the breakout. Lovely, love to see it. Weekly also looks really good. Yeah, this is going to go up here quite quick. Nothing else to say on Doge. Again, you got a couple of levels here that you could potentially hold if it comes back down. You got weekly open in there. You got previous swing high there with this little bit around 223 and 2222 around that area. So yeah, decent. Got some areas there. If it does pull back now. Fartcoin, new 4-hour high coming up to test resistance is exactly what we wanted to see. Currently haven't had a close above the high yet. We have had a wick, which is nice. This 4-hour candle is going to be interesting. Potentially we might stall a little bit if this does wick down below this like resistance. It's the combination band's going to go straight. We're going to be oversold, and you could just see something like that. If we do get back into this area, it's just an area to bid basically. As we made a new high, you can obviously do this. Bang. Fine. Easy. Lovely. I'm actually going to take that blue line off because there's enough support there already on the weekly open in September. You've got overlapping support. We've made really good support over here on Parkcoin, so this is just an area to bid. Now, if you do pull back. Cool. Hype, doing really well. New all-time high. I did say that this looked like it wanted to go to 54, 55 all the way through this ascending triangle. We have broken out. Expect a retest. Expect a retest at some point. It could just go. Don't get me wrong. It could definitely just go. But expect a retest quite soon. This daily is getting quite overbought. And things do like to retest. At least the highs. You might get a wick down into here and then another go. Or you might get slightly a little bit lower. Something like down there. But I have sold quite a lot of my hype trades now. As $55 was a good target of mine. Let me just show you. I think I showed you this last time. Yep, this is the 5.618 from the move all the way down to the lows at $9. So, yeah, it's still looking good. We've got a bullish divergence on the 3-day. We've got some room to run on the higher time frames. The daily and the 3-day aren't yet overbought. They are getting there. We still got some room to run a little bit, but I am just taking some profit. If it does retest, I'll go back in, but it looks good. Love it. And to carry on with hype, this thing has started to go. This thing started to pump really nicely. Let me take that off, and I will delete some of this stuff. And let me just check the stream's okay. Can you check control? Yes, I will. Of course, brother. This thing's starting to go, starting to break out from higher of levels. We've got some resistance up here, just where we're testing right now, around 2.2. Let's just call it 2.2, just for simplicity's sake. Daily combination band as well. I would expect a little bit of a retrace right here. But in general, we've set some really nice highs. New high, uptrending price action, looks really good. And again, if you're not in a trade, just go back to here. You could do a whole Stuber from there, which would come in obviously around the weekly open, or you could do a more local one if you wanted to be a little bit more aggressive. And 886 comes in around the weekly open. So basically, you don't even need to Stuber fib. If you get like a brick, what's going on with my brush? By the way, they fixed my undo button. Look, from yesterday. Yesterday it was bugging out. Anyway, this could obviously just bounce around here and go a little bit higher. If you do start to see some failures, sort of underneath Q3 and Feb, you might get the breakdown back down into here. I wouldn't bank on it. I would not bank on it. We do have, well, calm down. Don't go that far back. We do have some nice levels up here. This is actually better seen as a box. Let's do something like, oh, I've got the magnet on. Let's just do something like this. We'll do like that, just as a rough. This is an area that potentially might hold a bit of a bounce. But then, yeah, if you get lower high from there, you're looking at potentially coming all the way back down to the weekly open, which would still be bullish as long as we hold there. But again, I wouldn't bank on it. It looks like we're breaking out on a lot of stuff. And yeah, Per looks really good. I've got a nice little trade on Per. And yeah, if we can break out from these highs, or if we just do a bullish retest anywhere in here, or even just hold Q3, we're probably going to go up to the yearly open, which is going to be really nice. Very nice. Thank you again, Zeus and Adrian, for that one. Sometimes they just, this is why I love being in the time zone, because when I was back in Japan, I didn't really get to speak to the team that much, and Zeus and Adrian usually just bring in nice coins. And to be honest, they were talking about it all the way up here, but sometimes you just need to be patient. Like, obviously, it's not going to blast off right then, but I accumulated a decent amount in here. Then we obviously went down into support. I saw the double bottom, higher low. I accumulated a little bit more in here, so my buy price is just somewhere in the middle, pretty much where we broke out from. And then, yeah, now I'm in a nice profit. So sometimes you just got to be patient. But I am trading on 3x cross. That's the reason. So anyway, doing really good. Love to see it. Happy days. If you're not in a trade, then you got obviously this area and then potentially this area to hold as well. June and daily open. Right, lovely. Love to see it. What else have we got? Pepe. Oh, I do have one thing for you guys. I have this one daily chart that looks probably the best chart I could tell you. It's a very, very high conviction trade for me. Sort of the same way when I brought Nike to Viking and Max and stuff, and I said this is 99.9% going to $75 on Nike, which is what I said to everyone, and yeah, it did it. So I do have one chart that is looking like that for me at the moment, but it is not Pepe. So Pepe doing really well. I don't know why I stopped trading Pepe. It disappeared from my watch list for some reason, but yes, we got a new high. We got the daily close actually. We got the continuation of the pump. I'm actually going to take this off now because it's been done and it's been retested, which is good. Lovely. Love to see it. Yeah, underside retesting this swing, which is good to see. Whoops, what's going on? This swing. If we do see a bit of a pullback, then you got the daily open to potentially retest and this high. And then if you see a lower high, you're going to come all the way back down. It's a weekly open in Q3 where I think there's going to be heavy bidding in there. But yeah, like always, if it does come back down to the weekly open Q3 September, all these levels, they're levels to bid on any altcoin. I just feel maybe we might not even get that right now. Maybe it might just leave everyone in the dust. But again, I don't really like taking trades like this unless the risk is fine. So if you're trying to catch like the daily open, for example, okay, 2% stops, not too bad. I'd maybe do it on 4x and then try and ladder in slightly lower in the weekly open, just down here, so that if you get the ping, then your stop can be about 1.5% and you're on 4x, so you're looking at 6, maybe 7% loss if it does not happen. That's a way to slightly mitigate the risk. But anyway, yeah, it's like I'd rather wait for a slightly deeper retest. Anyway, looking good. And yeah, what else have we got? We got Sui, made a new 4-hour high. It's looking good. We actually got the retest, the weekly open on that big 4-hour candle, then broke up. Again, looking really good. Potentially can retest this swing in between 3.5 and 3.45. Just looks pumpy now, doesn't it, guys? I should probably be looking at some of these daily charts as well. We are getting some bearish divergence on the 4-hour. And we're also getting overbought as well. So we could have a little bit of a pullback. Also, some of these coins, you do need to check the daily closes. So this actually, let's actually just check if this did the close above. I just need to take this off. Yep, sneaky close above, big bullish back test on this weekly candle, and it's going to go. This is really typical of really fast altcoin moves, and it's like, let me just show you. Let me zoom in. This is really typical for this time in the cycle. This is the high, sneaky close above on this candle, extremely fast bullish back test of all these lows here and these highs as well, and then it's just going to moon and leave everyone behind. Extremely typical. This is why I was saying, like, in the last couple of weeks, like, when altcoins go, for example, AVAX, they're going to go hard and they're going to go fast and they're going to leave everyone behind, and then all of a sudden market's going to be over. But also, I'm not saying that for you to FOMO now. If you get some nice pullbacks, definitely time to get in. Also, we have rate cuts, so it's going to be rate cut decision on Thursday. It's going to be volatile this week, so just don't FOMO. Please don't. You're going to get an opportunity. But when you do, you definitely have to execute correctly. But yeah, this looks good. I like it. I like that. It's going to be confirmed on this day. Oh, actually, it got confirmed on the previous daily close as well. So potentially, this is uptrending price action now. Fully uptrending. Gain, daily close above. Anything you're just looking to bid on bullish retest now. It's pretty similar with a lot of altcoins, actually. This has all been tested. This has not been tested yet. Daily open, May, December. Basically, just looking for that. You could see a slightly bigger retrace if this is actually a legitimate signal and you see something like that. But again, area to bid. Anyway, that's enough time on Sui. Apart from that, oh, I will show you. Okay, let's just go through some of these. Tau. We're talking about this potentially being the deviation. If we can regain Q3, we have regained Q3. This is good. We've regained the structure. 4 hour looking good. We've gained all of this. Quite similar to Sui. This actually. Again, it does look like it's getting slightly close to having a bit of a pullback. It might have one more pump off the daily open into here. And then you might see a little bit of a retrace down into here. But again, looking really good. Potentially going higher. Just might see a little bit of a retrace first. Injective, quite similar. Let's actually extend that out to here now. We'll take that off. We'll take these off. Yeah, I'm not really sure if we'll get all the way into the lows, but it's definitely worth having some stink bids in this week. I'm definitely going to put a couple like low bids at the lows, just in case of some FOMC rate cut fuckery today. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen a lot of times, not a lot of times. It kind of reminds me of last cycle when we had some data-driven news events and stuff like that. And it was just about to be Altseason, and then they did one big flush out where they wicked everyone out their positions, and it looked really nasty. And then the daily just closed super bullish, and then we just absolutely blasted off for the next like 2 months. It definitely is on the cards with the amount of volatility we're going to get this week there, where we might see, for example, this is not really a good chart to do it on, but let's do like Pepe, which is something which is broken out. Yeah, so this is the 12 hour. We might just see, you know, like it might grind up a little bit more, and then you get like one really big wick that just goes like that, and then we do that. It's definitely on the cards. I'm not saying that it's gonna happen. I'm just saying be aware that you don't want to FOMO like up here, especially on a rate cut week. No. Just maybe have some orders set like down at the lows somewhere here, and if you're lucky, you'll get something like that. If you're lucky. Anyway, what else? We'll look at AVAX, we'll look at Arve, we'll look at Render, and then I'll go into the chat. How about that? And I'll give you my daily chart that looks the best. Can you check out Troll? Yes, Troll. AI Rig Complex Arc looking good, as is Virtual. Those are soul coins, so they're going to be doing really well. They're going to see a rotation quite soon. Yeah, just wait and see. They are not giving rate cuts, and we dump hard on the news. Definitely could be. I do think we'll get a rate cut, and I still think we'll dump on the news because it's just a buy the rumor, sell the news event, isn't it? So I do think we'll initially dump when the rate cut decision comes out, just because people will have bought in anticipation of it. But you know, I am aware of the data that a lot of the time rate cuts can they do signal like big dumps in the market. But again, I do think that this could just start like the blow off top. And then as they cut more rates, we'll go into a little bit of a bear market, but also could not be the case. I don't know, I haven't really thought about it. I know Zeus thinks it's going to be over, but I'm a little bit more optimistic, let's say, just because I've always thought that we're going to get some sort of alt season towards the end of this year. So, you know, like, I don't really want to change my tune just because the rate cuts are coming. Anyway, Link, just looking at this, we do not have a new 4-hour high yet off there. So this is still in a downtrend. Why? This is the high we need to gain. This is a lower low from here. This is a lower high so far. So still in a downtrend on Link. Obviously has potential to change the trend if we just do some nice bullish retests anywhere in here. That would also be fine. I'm also looking potentially for the squiggle that I've got on. And this was just in case of a bit of volatility around the rate cut decision, and because we aren't making a new high from here. Obviously we could hold daily over September. I'm not really sure. We could hold weekly open as well. That would be probably the best hold, the weekly open. But just likewise, just have in your mind that we could do like one more really nasty thing on some of these alts. And it would catch a lot of people out. But again, doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look as good as the others though. Sorry, I've been on mute, haven't I? How long have I been on mute for? I've been talking about AVAX for a while, and I think when this breaks out, it's not really going to stop until it gets up to like 34, 35, 36. So yeah, we might get one more down, one more retest of like 24-ish, 24 levels, and then I think this is going to break out. It just looks good. We've been grinding along this horizontal resistance for a while, ever since back in February, basically. We did the big test in May, we did another test in July, and another test in August. So look, this is just a matter of time sort of thing. So yeah, short-term targets for this going to be in between just around 34, 35, I don't know, somewhere in there. Yeah, 35 is yearly open, so yeah. There's literally nothing in the way, look, on AI charting tools. Once it does that, it's going to literally just do that. Great. Last but not least, render, really strong. This is looking good. I believe I said 3.15 to 3.3 was going to be a good area to buy. And yeah, it's looking like a good area to buy. What else can I say? New high possibly new high on this daily close. This daily candle's looking really, really good. It's pumping right through, and yeah, cash flow in, everything looking good. Currently at resistance though, so could see a bit of a pullback here, like with all things. But yeah, you're looking for it to continue. Lovely stuff. Anyway, that's it from me. Oh, last but not least, let me just check the chat. I just think it'll be over for now. End of year scam pump into bear for sure. Yeah, but by scam pump, like as a scam pump, Bitcoin could still do another all-time high, like a very weak one, if we have a lot of shorts when we get back up to 119. I'm not in the camp that we will break 119, 120. I think there's a bigger chance that it's probably over for Bitcoin, but not for alts, like I've been saying. We definitely do have the ability to like do one more high, like around 130. But yeah, altcoins looking really good at the moment. I think altcoins could see a little bit of an injection, that last hurrah. Did you see this yesterday? US consumer credit. When in trouble, go on a shopping spree. What could go wrong? Yeah, isn't credit card debt at an all-time high as well? So yeah, it's just getting a bit crazy, isn't it, guys? Okay, last but not least, before I do Troll, it was Troll, Arc Soul, Virtuals. Okay, my memory's good this morning. My brain is working. I do have one special thing for you guys. Whoops, not Turbo. And it will be this. Oh, not the Binance chart. So Turbo. Let me take this off. I'll just explain this chart quickly. The high here and the breakout area. This was completely retested in April, where we had a nice little bit of a bounce. We did set a new low from here, which is why I have this bearish stuba on. I think that's going to be pretty much the end of this move around the 786. I've obviously got the 618 on as well. We do have a new high. We closed above here. Closed the daily candle above, sneaky close. We've also got the wick making a higher high. So I put on a another stuba in the meantime. This has hit the 786 perfectly. Nice little wick into it, and we're getting a big daily candle off it. This is actually the 3-day, so I think this is looking really good, because if we go to the daily as well, you'll find that we have some extreme bullish divergence on the oscillators. Retail stablecoin demand bullishly diverged and then did this downside trappy price action into support. Currently getting the breakout right now, looking for a close higher there and then a retest bid anywhere in there. That's what I'm looking for. This is going to be I think this is going to be a really good trade. More of a long-term thing, less leverage, less risk, but I'm quite confident that it's going to see some fireworks. Looks really good. A lot of these combination bands on these alts are getting extremely tight. Like this is not the tightest that I've seen on any of these, on some of these alts. Like ETH's getting extremely tight on the daily, so we're looking at some big moves coming. But yeah, this looks really good. So yeah, that's one thing that I'm not in, but I would like to get in. Worth looking at WorldCoin for shorts. It's up 150%. No, don't short this until you get a breakdown. But if you do see a breakdown, then you can look to short it. The reason why you just don't want to look for shorts at something like this as of right now, obviously, you know, it's pumped a lot, is just because, let me go on the 4 hour. If you see something which is up like 40-50%, or like, oh, I should short it, that's what everyone else is thinking, but you haven't actually seen any breakdowns. So you could have tried to short there, tried to short there, tried to short there, and each time you're going to get your back absolutely blown out. So again, just go on the hour, go on the 4 hour, and just basically wait for a big dump and then a retest at the high. Just don't short until you see something like that. Otherwise, you're just going to get ripped. You're going to get absolutely ripped. And it's the same with all other alts and coins. So, not yet. Not yet, sir. So, what was it? Troll. Mexi. This is the one. This doesn't look great. Okay, that's been retested and regained. New low here. So there is a bearish Stuber on this. The recent price action is pretty decent. We've regained the EMA. We've regained the weekly open. This has the potential to bounce from the weekly open up into the Stuber pocket. This low is really, really annoying. From a charting perspective, this looks like it could do that. To be honest, but if you do that, you definitely have the potential to like hold some higher lows in here and do something like this. Whoops. We'll do like a flat top over here. That's kind of what you want to see. But as of right now, it looks a little bit more bearish. The short term, definitely we could see a pump up to this pocket, but this low's kind of changed the structure. We do have a nice regain of the low, of the daily low, which has been tested just here on the daily time frame. That is nice, so that's why I feel like we could see a bounce off the weekly open. But if you don't make a new high, it's just looking a little bit like not really the biggest fan of that, but it's not looking the worst. I'd say the local price action is looking pretty decent here. This area, nice regain of that, you know, above the weekly open. That's okay. Not too confident on that though. Let's have a look at ARC. What was it? ARC AI rig. It's probably this one on Binance. Again, trend hasn't changed on this yet. Need to gain this. Low's been retested. That's kind of been retested. I want to see a gain of that, and then a nice bullish retest of this, and then it's going to go to Q3. Then that's the better trade. As of right now, this is still tentatively dead. In the meantime, we are doing some nice regains in the weekly open in September. This is definitely the structure that you want to hold, and if you can make a new high from around 2.2 here, then it's going to be looking really good. Virtual. seem to have a Stuber on this and a sort of resistance from all the way back there. I'm not sure, that might be a weekly level. We seem to have regained it. I'm actually gonna leave it on because it seems to have lined up with this low and this high quite nicely. So this looks slightly better. I would say that the price action looks quite similar to what do we look at that, which kind of like grinded down into support and then kind of had a pop. Something else looked quite similar. It was either Rend or Pepe or something else, and then just got the pop. Yeah, this looks quite good. This looks quite good. Yeah, I think weekly open in September, this is definitely an area to bid. If you see something like this, bang, get in there. If you see a new low off there below August, then obviously I'm not really shorting right now, but there would be a potential short in between August and daily open above the highs there, back down into September and weekly open. But yeah, that's what I'd be looking for on this to get in if you are trying to get in. As of right now, we are still in a bit of a downtrend on the daily. But it's looking good, guys. It's looking good. We're doing the trend change now. We just need some nice daily closes and some big bullish retests. Can you look at near? Yes. Tier started moving. Let's go. In virtual from 106. Chilling. Absolutely chilling. Great entry. Take some profit here. Set your stop to break even. Or just around here. And then if you get this, you can load up more in here, as you would have taken profit, so it's good. So you're reloading your trade. If it goes higher, then you're still in like half of your trade or something. Lovely. Love to hear that, mate. Great trade. Near, yes, sir. Near, sneaky close below, by the way. Very, very sneaky close below. Possibly a deviation. We've actually broken the high on that daily candle yesterday. This daily candle's breaking these highs. This actually looks really good. Very powerful move off those lows. Potentially just a deviation now, that lower low. Definitely change the trend. Whipped into the combination band. That's good. Love to see that as well. Cash flow in. That's cool. Defined highs here at the top. Yeah, looks good, mate. New highs if we close this 4-hour candle here. Very, very nice. You've got this level. You've got basically like this level here, where you might find a bit of resistance in between there and there. It's quite likely, just because this is quite exhausted right now. We are obviously overbought on the 4-hour. If this does see a bit of a pullback, again, I don't even need to do this, but you know, you can just see that the bidding area is going to be down back in here if we do get it. There's potential to hold a little bit higher actually in there, but yeah, near looks good. You've kind of got multiple levels to bid and retest in, let's call it, let's just say somewhere in there. Whoops, that's a horrible circle. We'll say like something like that. Looks pretty good though, mate. starting to take shape. So hope isn't an indicator. Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? Google targeted ads. What is that, bro? That's terrible. That's horrible. That is horrible. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Any trades you get into now, or is everything a little too overheated? There is nothing I would get into right now. The dailies obviously still could go a little bit higher, but when the 4 hours like this, I just tend to not take any trades if I'm looking for longs. There's potential shorts, like I said. I'm not really looking for shorts, but what was the one that I said? There was one thing that I said you could short it back down to the weekly open, but I can't remember what it was. I went through way too many trades. So what you're basically looking for if you want to short is this resistance. Is this candle going to wick back below? And then you have quite a safe short down to daily open, and then maybe even lower. I would not be looking for longs here, even though I'm not generally looking for shorts in the market. If I were to take a trade now, it would probably be a short more than a long. But anyway, I don't want to short up at these highs, and I want to see some confirmed sort of like price action to make me want to short. And we're just not really seeing it right now. Like, look, would you long near here with the 1 hour looking like that and the 4 hour looking like this? No, you just wouldn't. So anyway, I wouldn't really advise looking for shorts unless you see like this wicks down massively underneath resistance. Then okay, cool. There's a potential short there. Again, if you see a 1 hour breakdown, then fine. What was the other thing that we were looking at? Was it render? No, was it AVAX? No, it wasn't AVAX. Link? No, it wasn't Link. Yeah, I'm feeling the FOMO. Yeah, don't FOMO, bro. You're gonna get a chance. This is just the first like higher highs on the 4 hour pretty much that we've got. Some of these coins still need to do it on the daily, and we also we have the rate cut decision on Thursday. We also have some big data coming out tomorrow. We've also got pre-market data today, so it's going to be volatile today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So you're going to get your chance. So you're better off just. Do you know what you're better off doing? You're better off just setting like some random stink bids like around these lows, and then if you get some like weird something like that, you're gonna just be in the goat position. So just don't get FOMO. It wasn't Sui. There was something that was potentially not looking that bad if it did something to short, but I can't remember what it was. Anyway, I wouldn't really recommend shorting too much anyway. Oh, was it Popcat? Yeah. But even this, like if you're looking to short here, could easily just bullish retest anywhere in between here. What you really want to see is close below there and then back up, lower high. Then you come back all the way back down into here. But anyway, no, I'm not. In short, no. I haven't really seen anything that I would take now. I'm just waiting for retest at this moment. I'm also in some decent positions as well, so I'm a bit upset about my Fartcoin trade getting stopped out, but it's what it is. Like, for example, on this, would you long this? It's just absolutely silly to try and long this right now. I think it was Farcoin. If this starts to wick lower, slightly bit lower, this combination band is going to go straight. Overbought on the 4 hour. Definitely could come down and just do something like this. But anyway, I'm not looking to short. Just as a disclaimer. So yeah, that's it. The one trade I am looking at now, of course, like I said, is Turbo. I think I'm going to just try and stack a decent amount of Turbo at the lows. So yeah. Looking very good. Alts are looking good. Testing up at resistance now, so don't FOMO. We've obviously got a volatile week. Yeah, try to bid some lows. Because we made some new 4 hour highs. There's also some Stubers. Weekly open September. All good to bid. Yeah. Let me stop my recording.